Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan since I was 12 years old. It's not a very uncommon story. I found them at camp. My camp counselors were playing the albums, and everyone just fell in love with it. It hit me at a time that I really needed it, and they've just, all of the albums kind of are chapter markers throughout my life, and yeah, been a big fan for a long time. Even bigger fan now.
Well, it was a surprise to be asked. Our good friend Kathleen Horan, who's one of the producers of the film, an old friend, so she knew Alexandria, and we met Alexandria, and Alexandria said she wanted to make a documentary about us, and I remember this lunch we had, or coffee, or whatever it was, and we were just we felt an immediate trust, because we had no plans to be in a documentary. We don't think of ourselves as any sort of legacy or biopic band. You know, we think of ourselves as a working band. But we immediately felt full trust in Alexandria, and we saw her film On Her Shoulders, which was exquisite and painful and so well done. And so even though this was a total surprise, we said yes right away, because intrinsically we felt a trust, and we're so grateful and honored that we were her subjects.
Yeah, the film's amazing, On Her Shoulders, and the woman in it is incredible. So yeah, I think at first we were intimidated by that, actually, because she had been in war zones and all over the place, and all this really hard stuff and achy kind of stuff. So I think we trusted her because of that too, because if you can go to that place, then you can probably do anything. And also she had a sense of community, which is a much used word in our lives, and we didn't want it to be just about the Indigo Girls, you know, and just like our individual selves. We wanted it to be reaching out into community and bringing people into the fold, and sort of talking about how we all grew up together in a way, you know, as the people that listen to us, as the activists we work with, as ourselves and our families, like kind of all of our evolutions affecting each other, which is what we do in the world, you know, right? So when Alexandria talked about it in those terms, we were like, oh, this is right. You know, we can trust this person, and we just gave her full control. And really, the few times that I called her to ask her for changes, conversation was kind of like, I was thinking like maybe it would be better if you did this or that. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, okay, I understand. See ya. You know, it's kind of like this. That's a shortened version, but she'd be like, explain the whole thing. I'd be like, shut me down, hang up the phone. Well, you know what I mean. You have to give the director you have to let the director do it. You can't mess with it. But you know, our insecurities, sometimes we would ask questions, but Alexandria always had a good answer, and she was right. Now that we see it, you know, it's just exactly right. So it's not, I mean, it's not a burden as much as it is. It's a lot to take in sometimes, but it's not a burden because it's kind of a two-way street, you know, in a lot of ways, because our own sort of lives had a lot of hiccups in them, and moments where we could have gone the other way and not lived, you know. So I think for me, I get it, you know, and also I'm honored, or what, that's the wrong word. I guess it's just like thankful that it works that way.
I mean, I'd been to shows before even filming them, but yeah, filming the shows was a whole nother experience, because we're filming the fans as well, and really paying attention to how, like, to what's happening. And I think Indigo Girls shows are just on another level. The sense of community and connection that you feel at those shows, I mean, that's right there. That's like why these songs and this music has changed people's lives, is because that feeling of connection and authenticity that comes through. Like, people feel connected to Amy and Emily because they're very much themselves, and you know, that's a big reason the film is made the way it is, with a big sense of community. And also, I didn't feel the need to interview other people. I mean, Amy and Emily were incredibly forthcoming and trusting and sharing their stories, and so it all around just came through that way.
I mean, incredibly sad to hear of his passing, and shocking, even though I know that he had dealt with health issues for a while. But David was so not only the brilliance of his career, but he was so good to us. He was really good to me and Amy. We played shows together. He sang on our album. He always had a twinkle in his eye. He was very supportive of all different kinds of musicians and music, and he was just a really good man. And it's a great loss. And we also think of his wife Jan, whom we know, what she must be going through. And, you know, we're just so thankful for the gift that he was. But as a human being, when you lose someone and they can't come back to this realm, it's a heartache. And that's what I feel about his passing right now, is gratitude for the life he lived and the music he gave us and how he helped me and Amy and loved us, and we loved him. But I feel sad.